You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, we have got Brooke falling hard, and it may be off a boat and not for the wedding proposal she's about to get, and it goes down right after Ridge lashes out. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about how an upcoming accident that causes Ridge's epiphany could see Nick frantic because Brooke is in danger. And if you're not following us, please hit that subscribe. So this week, we've got Nick planning a romantic and magical surprise for Brooke. Despite them not having even one date and they haven't seen each other in a good long while, well, Nick plans to take Brooke out on his favorite boat and ask her to marry him. Nick thinks Brooke should get off this ridiculous merry-go-round she's been on with Ridge for decades and choose his devoted one-woman love instead. So I guess Nick is jumping at the chance to propose because, as Donna said, every man's in love with Brooke, even my husband. I mean, wow. Donna's kind of a dimwit, but my jaw dropped at that dialogue. I mean, really, Donna, you're okay with that? If it's true, you have to wonder, is Eric trying to live vicariously through Ridge? And that's why he wants his son back with Brooke? I mean, I found that kind of icky and disturbing dialogue. That's Brad Bell for you. So anyway, Nick has got a big, beautiful rock, a gorgeous diamond in the box, and he's planning how he's going to propose to Brooke. He's fantasizing how it's going to go, but it looks like at least a couple of things go wrong because Nick came to the marina where his boat is at, and he was asking why the mechanic was tinkering with the steering wheel on his boat. And that's a red flag of disaster that could have Brooke in serious trouble, and Ridge and Nick both worried for her life. We also know Ridge and Nick get into a fight this week. Seems more like a war of words than them taking swings at each other, but we can always hope. So we have this tense situation after the fashion show on Capri where Ridge is talking to Brooke. She keeps throwing Nick in Ridge's face, basically saying, dump Taylor, choose me, or I'm gonna go get with Nick. You know, it's a strategy for certain. It's salted earth, scorched earth, ultimatum stuff. Plus, bear in mind, Ridge's temper is frayed because Eric won't get off his back. He continues to harp on him to dump Taylor and get with Brooke before it is too late. We've been having these ominous warnings from Eric. Brad Bell is not being subtle with this writing, not even a little bit. So Brooke is on her choose me thing. And Nick strolls up and Ridge tells his brother to go away and says, this doesn't involve you. But instead of leaving, Nick asks Brooke to come with him, and she glances over at Ridge. Brooke's looking torn, but frankly, she's had it. So in the spoilers this week, we have Ridge asking Brooke to not go with Nick, even though Ridge is still rejecting her. And Brooke's upset, and there was one spoiler from a very reliable leaker who's been 100% spot accurate, said that she's going to tell Ridge, screw you. And I mean, that's a drastic change in attitude. I don't know if Brooke's ever said that to him before. I'm excited to see it. But yeah, so Ridge doesn't want Brooke, but he also doesn't want her going off with Nick, who says he loves her. Bottom line, it's none of Ridge's business. Brooke's had enough, tells him to, step off, takes off with Nick, and there's a romantic lunch. They're going to be out boating, and Nick's got this huge plan to propose to Brooke. All sounds great, right? Until it's not. Because Bold and the Beautiful isn't subtle, and they are showing us that Nick's boat has some problem. Looks like something wrong with the steering, but maybe that was just the easiest thing for the mechanic to tinker with. We'll see. Based on just a whole bunch of big clues, and we know from spoilers already that there's an accident that changes Ridge's mind. Looks like it's all about the boat. Eric has been hinting for like a week and a half now that Brooke could drop dead and Ridge would miss out on his chance to be with her forever. And there's that leaked behind the scene photo of Ridge diving into the water. And to me, that adds up to Brooke falling off the boat, being at risk of drowning. For whatever reason, Nick can't get to her, maybe because his boat is malfunctioning. I personally think it'd be wild if Brooke fell off Nick's boat right after he popped the question. That would be the best timing. That big diamond weighs her down. If Ridge is watching them like a stalker and sees Brooke tip off of the boat, naturally, Ridge would dive in to get her. We'll see how it goes, but I definitely expect Brooke to be in the water, life or death stuff. Hero Ridge pulls her out. We get a flashback montage of their love story, the destiny, that keyhole scene yet again, and then bam, Ridge knows his father is right and Brooke is his destiny. Also, right after this, Nick is going to take off an unhappy man. His stint on Bold and the Beautiful is done. Jack Wagner couldn't stay long, just long enough to be a badly written plot device, so Brad Bell could throw Taylor under the bus and put his favorite couple, Brooke and Ridge, back together. Another reason to assume that Brooke is the victim of some bad boating is a recent interview. So in that interview, Ridge Forrester actor Thorsten Kaye said, quote, "Maybe someone doesn't know as much as he thinks he does about boats." Well, since we know Ridge doesn't know much about boats, obviously he is talking about Nick, the sea captain, overestimating his boating abilities on a much smaller boat than he's used to captaining. And that's why Brooke may end up overboard. I mean, it would be ironic for a guy like Nick, an experienced seaman, to lose his woman to the waves. Ridge is gonna save her, have the big epiphany that Brad Bell leaked to an Italian magazine. We talked about it a while ago. I had the interview translated, and yeah, he said accident. He gave it all away, basically. And then Ridge is going to have to dump Taylor. Brooke's going to be smug about stealing him back from Taylor. And the one silver lining in this is Steffi left LA, so she won't be there to rip her dad, Ridge, a new one for going back on his word and breaking Taylor's heart again. I wouldn't be surprised if Ridge rages at Nick, saying he almost got Brooke killed. And of course, I think she'd actually thank Nick, since if it is indeed his boating mishap that causes her to be in danger, then that means the accident got Ridge back. Brad Bell promised in the interview, Ridge and Brooke are in game. They'll be together forever after this. It's all about to happen. The Italy scenes wrap up on Wednesday, August 6th. So expect Ridge to fall head over heels in love again once Brooke falls head over heels into the water. I would personally love to see Taylor slap Donna's honey bear Eric right in the face for sabotaging her and pushing Ridge at Brooke so much, although ultimately not Eric's fault that this happened. But I also do wonder how much scheming we're going to see Ridge's dad doing with Brooke and Ridge while they're in Italy, now that he knows Taylor's not there keeping an eye on Ridge. But to be fair, if you have to keep it that close of an eye on your man, he's probably not really your man. So get ready for danger leading up to that big bridge reunion.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.